on the fourth floor.
What's up, y'all? My name is Michaela McGee. I'm an artist from Dallas, Texas. Welcome to this channel. And today I am in London. Based on the title, I guess you probably know that life has been lifing. And I'm here for an art show that I'm actually not able to participate in, which is very frustrating, very aggravating as an artist to have like your very first international opportunity and not even be able to participate. So I'm gonna get into it a little bit, but tonight is like the artist preview of the show, so I'm getting ready for that, and I'm gonna just take down my hair. So don't laugh at my antennas, y'all. Don't laugh at that. All right. So basically what happened was I had my work shipped here over about like 3 weeks ago, and it was only supposed to take about 3 to 5 days to make it to London. However, I noticed a week after it was supposed to arrive that it never did reach its destination and that it had been stuck in United Kingdom customs. I emailed Women in Art Fair about the issue, and they did not respond. Like, I gave them a few days, and I understand it's a time difference. Like,
it's 8 hours over here in London now, and in Dallas, I don't know what time it is. It's probably, I don't know, but it's like
um, huge time difference. So I was trying to cut them some slack, but they were taking forever to get back to me and like not responsive. And so I like emailed again and tried to like remind them of like the previous email. And then they finally responded and were just like, if you can get your work there today, which is like maybe not today, but like 3 days ago is when this happened, then you can still be in the show. And so I'm like calling USPS, calling United Kingdom Customs, trying to work with the mailing system here to try to get this package moving. And we were also, my fiance has a connection here. Shout out to Ginger, who definitely tried to help. And she spoke to Parcel Force to try to see like what was the issue and why the package was being held in customs. And she let me know that there was like, according to them, they didn't see that there was anything wrong with there, that it had been flagged for anything. It was just that Women in Art Fair needed to basically call and claim it, and they wanted to hear from the receiver. So anytime I called customs, they didn't want to hear from me. They would direct me to my carrier service, which was USPS. And so this was going on for a bit, and while speaking to USPS, they told me that it could be anything from like customs wanting to tax the art because of its value, which I had no idea that was something that was going to happen. And with Women in Art Fair not really being responsive, it was just really looking like there was no way for the artwork to get here, even though, like, you know, a couple of days before the show, I had the choice to like stay home and not come here because if I'm not going to be in the show, like, why come? But I was low-key like hoping that a miracle would happen and the work would just be here, but that's not what happened. So yeah, this is very difficult. It's gonna take a minute. But yeah, that's the tea. So I'm here. We're about to go to the artist preview, and hopefully they still let me in. I was a finalist, but we shall see. Definitely took an L here. Not a loss, just a lesson, because I feel like I shipped it within enough time for it to get here. It's just that customs like is its own thing, and they can hold things up to like 2 days, 2 weeks to 2 months. Like, you just really never know. And that brings me to like, I don't know how I'm gonna get my artwork back, because like nobody's speaking to me. Like, it's weird. You know, things don't always go as planned, and that's okay. That's all I've already sat with the feelings about it and gone through the emotions of not being in the show in Dallas. So I'm good now. I've made peace with it. Speaking of the USPS and customs situation, they actually just called me and left a voice message. So I'm gonna play that.
This message is from Michaela. My name is Caroline. I'm with the United States Postal Service International Research Group. Calling about your package to the UK, tracking number E8. We do show that your package is still in customs, even as today. I went ahead and reached out to the UK to find out what we could do to get it out of customs, especially for it being with for an art show. I did provide them the EORI as well as the VAT numbers, so hopefully that'll facilitate getting the package delivered. We will contact you as soon as we have any information from the UK or if it's even been delivered before then. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 1-800-222-1811. Thank you for choosing the United States Postal Service. You have a wonderful day.
So that's good news that they're trying to get it moving. For the art show, it's too late. I can't be a part of the show at this point. But at least that's a good sign that I'll be getting my work back because I wasn't sure if I would even get it back. So yeah, y'all, that's what's going on. Also on that voicemail, the woman said something about an EORI number and a VAT number, which is what Women in Art Fair did provide me with after they responded to my second or third email about my work being stuck in customs. And so I provided those numbers to USPS. They told me that they didn't know what they were, to be honest, but they'll put it I guess, on my report. And so whoever, I guess, knows what those numbers are and can get those to customs, the more you know. I had no idea. I'm still going to have to Google that because I don't know what an EORI or VAT number is. I believe it has something to do with, like identification and, like, tax or tariffs, something. But I'll Google it later.
Did she kill the fly?
In the painting?
So this is after going to Women in Art Fair. I went, I had fun. My work wasn't there, but it's cool. Now we are about to go get something to eat. Found a Jamaican spot. And so that's what is that horse poop? Or am I tripping?
It probably is.
Hey y'all, it's the next day. I'm actually about to head to Frieze Art Fair. I saw that Black Girls in Art Spaces was having a meetup in London, and I decided to RSVP for that event. Anyway, I'm going with Black Girls in Art Spaces and for free. The normal tickets I think I saw were like over $100. So yeah, that's what we're about to get into. And I don't know if I mentioned much about last night's show. Women in Art Fair is still going on the 9th through the 12th. But I did go to the exclusive preview for the artist, and I did have a good time there. I met a few people, not too many people, because I was kind of scared to talk to people. But I did meet a couple people who were part of the fair, and I saw some amazing work, and it was great to see women from various different backgrounds all in one space sharing their work and their stories. I think one of my favorite parts of that exhibit was the women's cycles section, and it just talks about womanhood and being a woman and like just the things that we go through. And so yeah, that was probably my favorite part of the exhibit. But that's all. Update on the artwork. My artwork, I have no updates. It's still with customs. And I've kind of been sharing that with a few people, and they're just like, man, you still came here? Like, I would be so upset. But I'm not mad. I'm still disappointed that I couldn't be a part of the fair. But, you know, like I said before, things happen. And at this point, it's really out of my control, and there's nothing I can do about it. So, yeah, just got to wait for updates on it to see if it's going to be sent through, which that's going to create a whole nother problem because then it needs to be sent back to the United States. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
Welcome back, y'all. I'm just dropping off my
I'm just like, do you need
fiancée
tickets to...
at the gate on her field trip?
Oh, Lord. My field trip. Exactly. hotel after going to Frieze Art Fair, and I got this book called Did You Die? It's a book of poems, and I really got it just because of the velvety texture on the cover. So I did judge the book by its cover, but I did also open it a little bit. It got a few drawings in here too. Bless you. And we went and to is it called St. Mary's Gardens? What was the name of it?
What was it?
Mary's Gardens, St. Mary's Gardens. Queen Mary.
Yeah.
Oop, my bad, y'all. Queen Mary's Gardens, and we walked around to see some things, and then found the lake and caught a train back to the hotel. If y'all liked any of the art that y'all saw, I didn't capture who all the artists were because I was trying to move very fast. That place was really big. I walked the entire, or tried to walk the entire thing. I spent too much time in the front, and by the time I got done looking at all the artwork in like that first section, I realized that there was so much more to see in the back. That show was huge. Connecting with the girls was also really cool because I got some recommendations of other places that we can go while we're here, because we're just kind of just doing whatever. It's pretty spontaneous so far. And there may be another gallery that we go to. I think it's called 514 or 154. So yeah, this has been an art week. I didn't realize that Frieze was gonna be here, or you know, all these other art things were happening. So a little bit of an update. We went to go eat at, what's the name of the place? Jumbi or Jumbi. And then we found this art lounge, so we went there, and this was like 30 minutes away from where the hotel is at. And so on our way back to the hotel, we had a stop at London Bridge, and so we did. And when we got into the station, they was calling for, what was the inspector's name?
Inspector Sam.
Inspector Sam, and he was nowhere to be found. And so then somebody on the intercom came on and was just like, there's an emergency in the station, all passengers leave. So we dipped, man. It was, you ain't never got to tell black people to run, but the way we turned around and ran up the escalator, yeah, get home safely and eat food. We on the bus now. This is our first time on the bus. We're on the top on a double decker, y'all. A double decker. Hey y'all, so we're about to go into the museum. It's right behind me right here.
We're gonna see all the artwork and treasure that they've stolen over the last, what, millennium? Something like that?
A long time.
Me and Liv just like go and look after her that way.
No tape, look. I'm on fire like 5 Ace, but it's heavily fruit when I plant this grain in you when you take my name. I got manners, I'm awake, I got confidence that is fake. I got lots of love for your gaze, and a lot of it for your soul. Got vows for that I made, I never a doubt in there that I know. You know, hey, when I walk this aisle, it's gotta be you that smiles to the end of the starting now. To my left and my right, gotta make her proud. Yeah, and I want this now, sincere when I say these vows. From us to a child, I got promises, I got vows. Yeah.
I'll show you love you cannot see. It's my hand, my heart, my love unconditionally. It's wrapped around you. Don't sleep inside, bust in my room. Ba-boom, ba-boom. The situation is becoming more than we planned. Keep me guessing now I'm in your mind. I'm trying to see if you're down, down, down. Deeper connections, you're round, round, round.
So today was a pretty chill day. We pretty much did a lot of the touristy things. We went to the museum and just kind of played it by ear. This entire time we haven't really had a plan. We actually went to a spot we ended up going to last night called CLF Lounge or something like that, but they had like a kind of like a just music going. There was a few performers that were playing instruments, singing, rapping, and so that was a really nice vibe. And we actually met up with Ginger, which is someone who I mentioned earlier who helped or tried to help me get my package through customs. And she's from Italy, and so it was really cool to talk to her and get to know her and learn about what brought her to London. She's been here about 12 years. But yeah, so today was just kind of chill. Like, we just didn't see too much art, but tomorrow we plan to see an art show that a couple of people have recommended to me at Women in Art Fair, and then also someone when I went to hang out with Black Girls in Art Spaces. And then also tomorrow with Black Girls in Art Spaces, I RSVP'd for a party, so we're gonna go to that, and that will be how I end this London trip, most likely. And I mean, we'll see what else we get into tomorrow, but yeah, bye, see y'all tomorrow. last day in London. I had a really great time while I was here. Saw a lot of artwork and was able to see a little bit of the city as well and do some touristy things. So right now it is about 2:06 here. With us only being here for a week, the time change has been very hard to get used to. I mean, we did go out tonight, but I think like for the past like 3 days that we've been here, I have been staying up late. He be knocking out like it don't take nothing but like 10 minutes for him to be out. But me, I be staying up late. So this is probably the latest we've been out. We did want to see a few things today, so I think we were kind of hopping from place to place to make sure we made the most out of our last day and see everything that we wanted to see. We did spend the most time at the art gallery today, 145. I don't know what it's called, but that was a pretty cool event to go to, and also found out that it doesn't just pop up in London every year. It's also been in New York. From what someone's told me, I'll have to look it up myself, but it's been in New York, Hong Kong, and a couple of other cities. I think it was my favorite show, better than Frieze Art Fair. It was better than the Women in Art Fair. So yeah, that was probably the highlight of the trip. And yeah, so update on the package. So the reason my package was held was because of tax reasons and just like the value of the work. And so I filled out a customs form that USPS gave me, and in the area where it said like value or something, I have to look it up and like post it here, or maybe I won't post it here, we'll see. But in that space where it talked about like the description of the work, or description, not of the work, but the description of the whatever's being shipped and the value of it, I put how much the work cost. And it was one of those things where it was prompted by the mailer at the USPS office, because I think I initially left it blank, and they were like, how much does the work cost? And I wrote it down. She's like, $15? And I was like, oh no, $1,500. And it's actually more than that, but I was just like, I don't know, how much I should say on that. So I was just kind of like, for insurance purposes, because that's what I thought it was for, but it wasn't. It was more so the UK knows how much to tax. But it was really hard to understand what was going on at first, because USPS was not getting any information from United Kingdom Customs at first. It took a minute for them to like respond to the report and the investigation about what was going on with my package. And Women in Art Fair, I think they probably knew it wasn't going to be here on time, which is probably why they stopped responding to me, which is, I don't feel like that's right. I feel like that part of it was messed up, and I'm not trying to bash the organization or the company or anything like that, but I do feel like if you're going to have like an international show, and I don't know if other international shows do this in the United Kingdom, but it would be nice if you have someone like a representative to help people who are shipping into the country, who are not familiar with the country and its laws and its ways of doing things, to give a little guidance on that. Their communication was lacking. I feel like it was maybe 2-3 days before I heard from them before I had to send like another email to kind of check in, and then like eventually they just kind of stopped responding. So yeah, but I would just feel like that would be my only recommendation or critique of like the way they do things, and that's if the show is being advertised as like an open call for just anybody in the world. Like that would just be nice. So yeah, but overall it was a good trip, like I said. But also another thing would be shipping through DHL. possibly. I just went with the cheapest option, to be honest, because finances, when you're doing this yourself, you got every penny has to go somewhere. At 154 Gallery, we spoke to, what was the name of that gallery?
154.
No, the Lock Key, the one from New York.
Lock Key Gallery.
Are you sure it was Lock Key? Okay, I'll take your word for it. What's up?
It's Latch Key.
So the name of the gallery in New York was Latchkey Gallery, and whoever, I didn't get the woman's name, but whoever was representing the gallery, she let me know that they just simply shipped the work in a suitcase, which is something that I can, take note of and do next time. We were planning to be here for all 4 days of Women in Art Fair, and they needed the work to be here like the week before the show. So I was like, I'll ship it and then I'll show up the week of the actual show, so I can be here for all the events. Because at Women in Art Fair, they had several different things. It was just like the opening night, and then they had some panelists for the other days and a few other events going on. Although I only went to the opening night while we were here because I was just like, my work's not here. What's the point of like being here all 4 days? And so, yeah. To the representative of Latchkey Gallery, she did tell me not only to put it in a suitcase as an option, or also to have an invoice showing what, like 5% of what the amount would be to tax the work, so that you're not paying the full tax on it. I believe she said, like, if the work sells, the gallery or wherever you are showing your work will take care of, the actual tax portion, but to get it into the country, you're paying like a percentage of the tax. So I'll look it up, and I may make another video about like taxes and things like that to see what I find specifically for the UK, because that's my experience. Every country is different. But also I think I read like if there's anything over, like, I believe it's 139 euros, it can be taxed. So if it's under that and you're shipping into the country, no worries. But if it's over that, it has the possibility of being taxed. That's what it was. And I was informed about that by USPS. I had this woman call me. It was the same woman, which I'm glad, because I feel like when I was first calling about it, I was speaking to like 5 different individuals each time. And so she let me know that was why the work was being detained. For people who are shipping work overseas, do your research for any country that you are planning to ship to, and because every country is different. And then also just consider putting it in a suitcase if it fits, if it allows. That's not always the case. And for my piece, it could have fit in a suitcase. However, I've also had a really bad experience with shipping work. I had an event in the United States. I was doing one of my first shows out of state in Atlanta, and I was going there by myself, and so I was like very mindful of like the way that I was packing. I didn't want to pack too much because I would have to carry it all by myself, and it was one of the shows where you have to bring your entire setup. So I brought a table on the plane. I brought at least 5 or 6 art pieces on the plane, and I also brought just, the things that I need, clothing and just, all of my stuff. And so from that experience, it was really hard to do it by myself, from one, but 2, TSA tore a hole in one of my pieces. So from that experience, I was just like, well, I'm just not going to bring work on a plane. So yeah, it's just a lot. And like when you're investing in yourself as an artist in the beginning of pursuing your art career, you have to think about finances and all that, because a lot of the times you're like covering the cost of shipping, you're covering the cost of what it takes to be there in the city of wherever you're presenting your work, and it adds up. So you want to do it in the most cost-effective way. So yeah, just, you know, we here learning lessons. You know, going to London and not being able to be a part of my first international opportunity was very disappointing for me at first. But like I said, it's a lesson and we learn. And once you know better, you do better. You just do things differently next time. And so thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope that you like and subscribe. And